Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited to do this video today for you guys. I just thought it'd be cool to kind of just share my natural hair journey with you guys. National Women's Day is around the corner, so why not go ahead and share my journey. So for those of you who have been following my natural hair journey on YouTube so far, know that I did my big chop September of 2011. So I'm going to take you guys a little further back to share my experiences leading up to my big chop. I am biracial. I do receive a few questions about this. My mother is Russian and my dad is from Ghana, Africa. So I grew up in a family where nobody really understood my unique hair texture and curl pattern, and understandably so, because nobody other than me and my brother are biracial in my family. This made doing my hair really challenging. My family and I, we still kind of look back at like my baby pictures and all of that and laugh. Because my mom and grandma's go-to hairstyle for me was kind of just clipping a whole bunch of clips on my afro, and it was cute and funny at the same time. I was a very independent child though, and I soon kind of took over the responsibility of my hair. I quickly kind of learned how to braid it, how to twist it, and put it in ponytails and all of that. I was pretty good at it, I would say. So I remember being in about like the 3rd or 4th grade, somewhere around that time, and a lot of the girls my age and older had a perm. A lot of my friends had like beautiful, long, straight hair, and of course being a young girl, I wanted to fit in. So I remember like begging my mom to perm my hair, and I guess she figured a lot of the parents were doing it, so she ended up doing it as well. And I tell you, that experience was a complete fail. It did not change my hair texture whatsoever. If anything, it made my hair a little bit like wavy, and that's not what I was going for. I was trying to look like the girls on the Just For Me box with the, the straight hair and the twists and all that, and it didn't really turn out like that. So ever since then, I haven't really been interested in perming my hair. I remember when it came close to elementary school graduation, and in Canada around that time, it's like about like 6th grade, that's when I discovered the hot comb. Yeah, the hot comb. I'm taking it way back. So for those of you who don't know what a hot comb is, it's basically like an iron comb that you put on the stove to heat up, and then you comb your hair straight. So I remember my friend's mom at the time ended up hot combing my hair straight, and I was feeling myself. I was like, woo, I look like Aaliyah. And it was such an awesome experience. I loved how manageable my hair was when it was straight, and how easy it was for me to style it. But of course, being so young, a hot comb was definitely not going to be a part of my daily routine or my routine at all. So soon after my hot comb experience was when I discovered the flat iron. And when I tell you the flat iron changed my life, it changed my life. Straightening my hair became something I did so often. Dead ends in the sink, constant breakage, the smell and sound of like burning hair, and even like burnt scalp sometimes was the norm for me. When I tell you I straighten my hair almost every other day, I'm not kidding you. I straighten my hair like every other day. It just made my hair so much more manageable, so much easier to deal with. And being so young, I didn't really care about damage, to be honest. So throughout middle school and high school was when I really experimented with a lot of different hairstyles, different hair colors, weaves, extensions, and all of that. I tried like every hair color that I could possibly think of at the time. I remember some of my friends saying that I changed my hair like every 2 weeks, and I swear at times I did change my hair every 2 weeks, and it was a fun time. I remember one of my first jobs at the movie theater, and for my uniform I had to wear like a burgundy polo. I remember even dyeing my hair the same color as my burgundy polo for work. It was crazy. But to be honest with you, no matter how many times I changed my hairstyle and my hair color and all of that, I always admired natural hair and curly hair. It was always something that I thought was so beautiful. Being so young and naive, I guess, I always imagined that natural hair girls kind of just hopped in the shower and hopped out and just went, and their curls kind of just fell like that naturally without adding any product. I admired that. I thought that was so cool. Growing up, of course I was aware of the fact that my hair was curly, but wearing my hair out natural wasn't really an option for me. I was completely unaware of products and techniques. I just didn't know how to manage my hair. So when I was young and of course naive, I used to compare my hair to other biracial girls' hair. And I just figured I was different. My hair didn't fall like theirs, and it wasn't silky like theirs. You know, when my hair was out in afro, it was big and it was wild. And you know, being so young, you don't want to stand out. You don't want to be different. So it just wasn't an option for me, and as sad as it is. So leading up to the end of high school was when I began to experience crazy hair damage. My hair was shedding like never before, you know, my hair was breaking like crazy, my edges were thinning out, and it was terrifying. It was terrifying for me at the time, and I knew I had to make a change. It's just crazy because, you know, when a student's ready, a teacher appears. I remember being on YouTube one day and I stumbled across a hair video, and the girl was talking about her naturally curly hair, and she mentioned products that she used, and I was just blown away. I was in awe. I was just completely unaware of the fact that there was products made from my curly hair. And that girl happened to be Andrea's Choice. So soon after discovering Andrea Choice's channel, I came across so many other channels here on YouTube about girls just sharing their experiences, and I learned so much from so many different girls. I became addicted to YouTube, I swear to you. I discovered Taryn's channel, Whitney or Natural, and so many other channels, and I just absorbed all the information. After discovering YouTube videos, I came across blogs. I even bought books and different articles and things on natural hair. It was just something that really interested me. And I began to experiment with my own natural hair, and I purchased a lot of products. I was a product junkie. Like, I just purchased anything anybody would recommend. I was just working with my damaged hair, trying to balance out my curls with my dead straight ends. And I remember getting so excited when I would see new growth, and I became so curious to how my complete natural hair texture was, and the curl pattern and all of that. It came a point when I just got so frustrated and I was so over dealing with my damaged hair. I remember watching the Miss Universe pageant with my mom in September of 2011. Out the blue, I just kind of spontaneously asked her just to cut off all my hair. That moment just felt so right, and I asked her and I begged her for a few minutes, and you know, my mom was like, "Are you sure you want to cut it? Maybe you should book an appointment at a hair salon and ask them to do it." I was just like, "No, I want you to do it, and I want to do it now." And she ended up cutting it for me. It was just crazy seeing all my hair fall down. It was liberating and it was exciting, and I was also really nervous and scared at the same time. But I just knew I needed that change. I'm just so happy I ended up doing it. So I remember the morning that I woke up after doing my big chop. You girls know, when you change up your hair, when you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you see yourself, you're just like, ah! You know, it's a shock, right? And I remember seeing myself in the mirror with my short hair, and despite it being so freeing and liberating and exciting the night before, I remember being scared, and I remember being so insecure. I'd be lying to tell you I was like, "Oh yeah, I love it and it was perfect," and I was happy the morning of, because that wasn't true. I was worried about how others would perceive me. I didn't feel beautiful. It was a major change, and I obviously looked very different. First year after doing my big chop was the most challenging for me, I would say. It was definitely a learning experience. I had my highs and I did have my lows, but for the most part it just took time. It took time for me to accept my hair, accept how I looked. It took time for me to get used to my new hairstyle. It took time for me to get used to my natural hair texture. And although it was most challenging, I feel like it taught me so much, and I feel like I grew so much just from that 1 year. There's so many things that I learned in the first year after doing my big chop that I can make like a whole separate video for that. But I think the biggest thing that I learned was to just accept myself. And of course I'm still learning, and this learning will never end because I'm always evolving and always growing. But And this acceptance of myself definitely expanded so much in just that first year after doing my big chop. There's so many other things that I want to cover about my journey with you guys that I will definitely make in a separate video. I'll leave it off here for now. I hope I answered a lot of the questions that I received, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it inspires you in some way. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.